Hi, my name is Dao Tuan Anh, and today I'm presenting my final reticle for Win 700. My domain is finalw26n2.com. VM1 is rwdc-Dao Tuan Anh at 192.168.174.71. VM2 is client-Dao Tuan Anh at 192.168.174.174.72. Both VM are Windows Server 2019, and let me walk you through each part. First, I'm going to show you my network adapter of HVM. So as you can see, it's already joined Win 700 LAN segment. You see RWDC, and this is for my client VM. It's also joins the Win 700 LAN segment. For the part one, here's in Active Directory user and computer. Under computer container, you can see the client Dao Tuan Anh is joined to the domain final w26n2.com. This confirms the client machine successfully joined the domain controller. Let me go to user container, and for sample, let me click yes, and let me click properties and click account tab, and you can see user cannot change password. It already checked. So this prevents the user from modifying this old password. Only an administrator can reset it. Next is part two on RWDC. That's Dao Tuan Anh. In this management, you can see two ISCSI disk connected from client. That's Dao Tuan Anh. Hard one is 2.5 gigabyte and hard two is 7.5 gigabyte. Both are online and formatted with NTFS. These were created at ISCSI version disk on VM2, which act as the ISCSI target server. VM1 connect to them using the ISCSI initiator to the target at 192.168.174.72. So let me show you in client that's Dao Tuan Anh. So here, as you can see in the ISCSI tab, so here the two disks I created. Also, I will show you the ISCSI initiator, confirm the target is connected. For part three, I created a start OU with a user called swin700. And then I took the screenshot of my desktop, set it as part2.jpg in a share drive folder. Let me show you the screenshot of my desktop. Here, the screenshot of my desktop. And then I created the GPO link to start OU. It's called start wallpaper. And then the wallpaper part. And then the wallpaper part is set here under user configuration, then policy, then administrative template, then desktop, then desktop wallpaper. I click enable, and then I port into the UNC part, as you can see here. And let me switch to VM2 and log in as swin700. Let me sign in. So on the client, that's Dao Tuan Anh, login as swin700. You can see the desktop wallpaper is the screenshot image applied to the GPO. This confirms the policy is working for user in the start OU. The same as the screenshot that I showed you before. In a save folder, save drive, and here screenshot I showed you before. For part 4, I created the two small file on VM1 desktop, as you can see here, called test file 1 and test file 2. And I ran it in Windows Server Backup. And you can see here, it's successfully. Okay, let me show you in the backup destination is the save folder on the hard one ISCSI drive. And it's here. Click backup, and you can see here's the window image backup folder with this backup data. And for the VSS, here's the shadow copies configuration. C drive is unable. C drive already unable. And you can see the shadow copies have been created, the timestamp listed. VSS volume shoutout copy service take a snapshot of the volume current data, which Windows Server backup used to perform the backup without interrupting running application. VSS consists of three components: the requester that requests the shoutout copy, the writer that repair the data, and the provider that create and maintain the copy. For part 5, the software is assigned to all users to this GPO, and the part is user configuration, then policies, then software setting, then software installation. The MSI package is listed here as assigned. You can see here's the MSI, and it's listed as assigned. So meaning when a user log in, the software gets advertised and installed when they open it from the start menu or an associated file type. I use the UNC share path. You can see here's the UNC share path. And so all domain machine can access this installer. And here's the GPO backup in a shared folder named GPO backup. And I back it up using the root policy management console. Right click to the GPO, select backup, and point to this share location. The backup contains the GPO setting and can be restored or imported later if needed. That's conclude for all 5 parts of my final article. Thank you for watching.